The 2010 Olympic torch continues to make its way through this province today. Yesterday, along with the Remembrance Day parade ceremonies, the Olympic torch was paraded through Wabush and through Labrador City. The torch was later flown to Happy Valley Goose Bay. Today, the torch relay makes its way to coastal Labrador and the Northern Peninsula, and then it will be flown to St. John's to begin its trek back westward.
We're opening our arms to the town of Wabush. Is proud to be one of 1,030.
The torch will arrive at the Vancouver Winter Olympic Games in February.
All right, thank you, Tony. Well, Tony Marie will be running with the Olympic torch when it arrives in St. John's early tomorrow morning. In fact, 330 people will be carrying the torch around the province during its 4-day journey here. The torch is in St. Anthony tonight, and tomorrow the first runner will carry the torch beginning at Cape Spear.
I don't think there's going to be anywhere where there's a bad place to come out to see the flame. It's going to move throughout the northeast Avalon from before 7 a.m. this morning. It gets underway at Cape Spear. It moves down to Petty Harbour area where there's an event planned for there. And then the torch will convoy to Conception Bay South, where it's going to run through the east end of the town, through the school areas of Villanova, Holy Spirit, Topsail Elementary as well. It's going to run through a portion of Paradise. There's going to be a run and an event in Mount Pearl, and then it's going to move to this area of St. John's when it's going to visit the Confederation Building shortly after 1 o'clock. It's going to head west across the Parkway and visit the hospitals, the Janeway, and the Health Science Centre. Then it's going to cross Peyton Street near Prince Wales Collegiate and go east on Elizabeth Avenue. So there's going to be many places to see it. There's an event scheduled for Kitty Vitty Lake as well as downtown portion of St. John's late tomorrow afternoon before the big celebration happens in Boring Park. So the flame is going to work its way through many, many parts of the northeast Avalon, and we are working very closely as part of the celebration task force to ensure that as many people as possible can come out to see this flame.
It's going to be an exciting few days now that the Olympic torch is in the province. The 2010 Olympic flame arrived in the province yesterday. Its first stop, Wabush in Labrador City. The torch has made its way to the northern tip of the island now and will arrive in Cape Spear tomorrow, spending the day between the Gouls, Paradise, Mount Pearl, CBS, and St. John's. Saturday, the torch will travel west from Carbonear to Grand Falls, Windsor. On Sunday, the torch will travel the last leg of its journey in Newfoundland and Labrador from Grand Falls, Windsor to Port aux Basques. The torch will have made 41 stops in the province by the time it reaches Port aux Basques.
Well, now the big story making headlines in many towns and communities across the province today. The Olympic torch was in St. Anthony today.
Red, go Canada, go. Congratulations, St. Anthony.
This was the scene in St. Anthony on the Northern Peninsula today. Hundreds of school-age children and lots of adults there to watch the Olympic torch run through that community. It was quite a scene. Torch was also in L'Anse Meadows today. Many people there enjoying the Olympic spirit, lots of Canada flags. We're going to have much more coverage in the coming days as the torch heads towards the Avalon Peninsula in the morning.
And of course, the Olympic flame reached Atlantic Canada yesterday, flying in from the Yukon to Western Labrador in the afternoon and arriving in Happy Valley Goose Bay at sundown. Michael Johansson was there.
The sun had just set when Central Labrador's first runner, Honorary Colonel Joe Gowdy, started the torch relay at the Goose Bay Airport. All the area's runners were on hand for the first leg, cheered on by dozens of onlookers that grew to the hundreds at some of the torch stops. Gowdy said he was as excited as the audience.
To be a part of it at my age is a great experience.
The flame moved quickly. From Happy Valley Goose Bay, it was carried by convoy in its protective lantern to Shashashi. where an even larger crowd welcomed it in the parking lot of the new school.
I would like to say that this is a very momentous occasion for us, the Innu people of Labrador. There are two things happening today that are very important. One is that this is a Remembrance Day. We remember all those people that have died in the war. And two, this flame has landed in Shehatit of Labrador to the Innu people of Labrador. And
Once a new torch was lit from the flame, the relay was on again. Leaving Shashashi with much of the crowd and crossing the bridge to the next door community of Northwest River. Today, the flame was first flown to Hopedale and later to Lanza Meadows and St. Anthony. For NTV News, I'm Michael Johansson in Central Labrador.
And still with that story, the Olympic torch arrives in the St. John's metro area early tomorrow morning, and security plans are already in effect, not only to protect the flame, but to allow anyone who wants to see it a good chance to get up close. Friday will be day 15 of the 106-day Olympic torch relay. It will start the day in Cape Spear, head to Petty Harbour, the Goulds, Conception Bay South, Paradise, Mount Pearl, and St. John's.
In a place like Prince Philip Parkway here, we're going to have the right lane closed down for the torch to move through, but it will impact traffic going in both directions, the same direction as the torch relay as well. We know the traffic coming towards us is going to slow down and have a look as well.
Police say the torch relay will cause traffic delays, but they're trying to keep the delays to a minimum.
But as well, it's going to cause some congestion for traffic as the torch relay moves throughout the northeast Avalon. And we're going to be conducting, for the most part, what we refer to as rolling roadblocks, which will mean that roads will be shut down for very short periods of time, just enough time to get this flame through safely.
The first day was a little rocky in Victoria. There was a good number of protesters, and it required us to modify the torch route slightly to avoid a crowd, but they were still able to achieve their objectives and get to the lighting of the torch on the legislature grounds in Victoria. But other than the first day, the reports that I've been receiving each and every night is that it's been a celebration with very little protest.
While the RNC will be managing crowds and traffic, the job of protecting the flame falls to the RCMP. The force will treat the flame the same as they would treat the Prime Minister, the Queen, or any other VIP.
We handle the actual person that carries the torch as our primary responsibility to keep, certainly to keep them safe. So it's a little bit the same, but the threat levels obviously are much lower.
While no one expects the flame to go out, the RCMP will be ready just in case.
But if the torch was to go out, we would simply relight it with a what's called, I believe, is called the mother flame that travels with us in a secure location.
A little bit later in our newscast, Tony Marie Wiseman is going to be here to talk about the Olympic flame. She's with CTV's Seamus O'Regan to talk about their duties tomorrow. Tell you about that a little bit later. Right now, business news, weakness in resort.
I'm inside our studios this evening with this gentleman. This is Seamus O'Regan, the co-host of CTV's Canada AM. You're back in the province because you, by the look of your outfit...
By the look of your outfit, we're running the torch.
We are. It's pretty exciting. You're running tomorrow morning very early.
I know. 9:30, by the way, if you're in Conception Bay South, just as the road that goes down to the Yacht Club to the Dominion. That's my segment. And we're really, really happy. But we want lots of people to show up, and we'll be live Canada on the whole morning. So please come down. I'm going to need the support.
I know. I mean, how are you feeling? Did you do any training before this point? Did you, run anywhere?
Upside down wine bottle and ran around the house. No, I mean, I think adrenaline is going to carry us pretty far. And you're going to have that view when you come down. I'm so jealous. That's a beautiful view. You're coming down Signal Hill, was it 4:30?
4:24 to be exact. So it's from Cabot Tower to the sign that says the Queen's Battery. So running downhill, though, but nobody falls running up.
No,
running down
is... Take your time, my dear. You take your time, and people come cheer her on. She's going to need the help. But this is really exciting. I mean, I think, you know, to have the torch here, to have it visit so many communities, 12,000 torch bearers right across the country, you know, it's fantastic. I can't wait.
And you're lucky because you got to come back home to run.
I know. It was added bonus. And tonight we've got the Golden Plate dinners. That's going to be fantastic. We've got all sorts of Olympians like Anna Van Couverdin and Adam Creek and Marnie McBean, who are all here to see the flame in St. John's in Newfoundland. It's fantastic.
Well, best of luck tomorrow. I won't say break a leg, because that's probably not a good...
What do you think?
I love it. Well, maybe we should... I don't know that anyone has actually seen the official Olympic uniform kind of up close. I'm wearing high heel boots at the moment. I won't be wearing those tomorrow. But you've got mitts, and these mitts are a little bit different because on the inside they have rubber grips instead of the felt.
That's
of course, this is the jacket, the nice rings. May I spin you around for a second? The beautiful rings on the back, the Olympic rings, and it's a very smart look, though. It seems to look good on everyone, don't you think?
I don't know. I don't know, but we're going to do it anyway.
Well, we'll be watching you tomorrow morning on Canada AM.
All
Have
right,
fun.
good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, you too.